Ah, the heavy weapons guy. He's kind of the main face of Team Fortress 2, and I can see why. He's a strong Russian with a big old gun, and he even has a great sense of fashion. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and biscuits. My name is Lazy Biscuit, host of the Lazy Biscuit YouTube channel, and today I will be talking about the class known as the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Now, I will do the other A classes, but I felt that the Heavy really needed his own video. It's not the great game bride with a strange, team-spirited, painted field practice with a molten mullet effect renamed as Sir Christ in the Third, and it's not because Cosmic Afro bribed me by completing my dream levels for Team Fortress 2, and it's certainly not because RT Gaming gave me nothing, because he's a stupid Irish son of a bit. It's nothing like that at all. Now, there's not much to say about the Heavy. He's more of a man of action than he is a man of words. He has a gun, and he shoots it at the opposite team. That's it. That's basically the Heavy in a nutshell. That's not even a stereotyper. He even says it in his Meet the Team video. He says, and I quote, "I am Heavy Weapons Guy, and this is my weapon." Boom. That's it. That's all you need to know about Heavy. Or at least the basic playstyle of him. You see, not only is the Heavy a pretty intimidating dude, but he's also a bullet sponge. He can take anything you throw at him. Bullets, rockets, flare guns, arrows, grenades, any projectiles that you can hit with this behemoth of a man, anything he can take. As long as it's not a headshot or a backstab. Speaking of which, a reminder, as a Heavy, you are not invincible. Unless you're uber-charged, but that's a whole nother story. You see, snipers and spies will be your main enemy. As a Heavy, you're one of the slowest moving classes. And it makes sense, you know, he's got a giant gun. You wouldn't expect him to be, running at the speed of light. No. To snipers, you're basically a giant jar of lard with baby legs that's, got a ball and chain next to it, That's basically what you are. And the same with spies, too. The reason why spies are such a nuisance to you is you can't really spy check as easily. Unless you have the Huo long heater, but even then, the spies can still easily get to you if they know what they're doing. Of course, scouts can also be a pretty tricky class to kill due to their speed and agility. You see, scouts like to hit and run, it's like to hit like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or was the motto wax on, wax off? Point is, scouts will be fluttering around you because they don't know, they don't know anything else. They don't think, hey, this guy's a giant jar of lard. He won't be able to hit me. How stupid. Behold the Natasha, every scout's worst nightmare. And this is because the Natasha slows enemies down. And like I said, scouts rely on their speed more than anything. So take the speed away from them and they're just annoying kids from Boston with baseball bats. But that's not all you can do to counter that overpowered you. Like I said, the Huo long heater is a pretty good weapon to have if you're spy paranoid because it spews flames around you when firing or revving up your gun. And setting someone on fire that's invisible kinda gives away their hiding spot. Yet it won't completely protect you from spies. Those chain stabs are tricky. As for countering the sniper, there's not much I could say. Tomislav is the gun that's quiet, and if you're quiet, snipers won't be able to hear you as well, but you're still a slow-moving target who sticks out the most, so just keep an eye out for red dots. Another important thing to mention is that you should always have a nice lunch before battle. A sandwich, if you will, or you could use the 17,000 other variants of the sandwiches out there being so good and rich in proteins and healthiness. Sandwiches heal you and teammates. Not to mention they are also very tasty. Oh yeah, you also have a shotgun, but nobody really uses that. It's worthless. I mean, would you want a tiny baby gun or a big gun? But yeah, that's basically the Heavy in a nutshell. I'll elaborate more on him when I make a video about the rest of the A classes, but for now, have a dancing medic. Bye-bye, biscuits!
I found this inside a patient. Noch weiter!